Alright, welcome back to the SuperCoach Enough channel. In this video we're going to review round 7 of the 2024 SuperCoach AFL season. And so a good week for us with 23.93, which was top 4% for the round, and has elevated us up to the top 5% overall. So well in contention. Obviously trades are running out fast, but that's okay. We'll work around that. But if we have a look at our players this week, the four big guns in the defence all tunning up. So Sheasel, Ryan, Dacos, Munn. I did have a look at Ryan's score during the game, and he was quite low. I was a bit concerned, but he found a way to get to the triple digits. So happy days. And then I guess on the rookie side of things, Roberts with an 80, solid. And House, we had as our loophole originally with D'Ambrosio in the same team, but he ended up getting arrested this week, so we would have got House's 87 either way. But it did sort of work good for our loophole as well. In the midfield, Matty Rowe with a 136, just keeps trucking along. Butters with an 82 was a bit flat, but I did see something about maybe Rosie's out this week. And they do have the showdown on Thursday night, so we'll expect him to bounce back. Strong with a 140, awesome. Bond with a 102 is okay, a pass, but just. Sam Walsh with 104, so he's obviously jumped up in value. He was our trade-in this week. Jack Steele, so since we've brought him in, he's been flat, but apparently he's carrying a bit of an injury. But I think at the moment we're more focused on upgrading our sort of mid-price options to try and get some more out-and-out guns in the team. So we'll hold Steele for the time being. It may sort of end up being our M8 type option. Horton Francis with the 97, solid. And then Closey with the 65. We could have had Wilson or Graham in there. Would have been a nicer score. But that's how it goes. Our rucks, obviously with VC Gorn and 162 made it a pretty easy call to take that. And Meek with the 106 is, averaging 100, which for the price we got him at, which I'm not sure, I think it was at the 350 mark from memory. I might have to go back and have a look, but, solid scoring and, definitely helping us get to Timmy English. In the forward line again, I guess three guns if we're going to include Fife, but Heaney and Flanders, are definitely locked in. Fife probably is locked in now, given he's averaging 90. Tom Powell's been a bit disappointing, but we may trade this week, we may hold. We just need to consider our options. Darcy with an 88 and Cadman with a 53. Did beat out Biggie, so that was the right call there. Just have a quick look at the game day. So obviously with the 23.93, did pretty well. Had a good win over Jason's Raiders. So if we have a look, he had Tom Gray with a 159, which is nice. But I guess having Marshall with the 63 counterbalanced that. Crouch 85, so a little bit below where he's been, but I guess maybe that coincides with the rise of Jordan Dawson. Combin 61's decent for a cheapie. 78 from Zach Williams, so I did trade him out last week, but that's a good return. Dempsey with a 49 and Toot Miller 149. So I guess the Gold Coast midfield probably had a day out against the West Coast. Let's have a quick look through the league. Got a 23.62, 23.80. So it looks like I got the top score this week, which is pretty rare. But we'll have a quick look at these other 23 pluses. So Red 32 buck. Got Zach Merritt with a 127. Caldwell with a 100. Burgoyne with a 117. I don't know too much about Burgoyne. 320k. He's made 140. How have we missed this? Oh, he's just gone bang. Must have been subbing a couple of games, I'm guessing, but now he's in. Might have probably missed the boat considering he has made that money already. Unless he's going to continue to average 90 for the rest of the year. There you go. Tristan Cherry, so another great ruck option, doing the business. And then after that, some familiar faces. Cool. And you bloody donkey. So Jonah coming first. We expect a 23.60 from him. So Elliot Yeo with a 138 is pretty massive. Um, Blakey with a 98, solid. Luke Jackson with a 76. Guess on both sides. Yeah, obviously affected by Sean Darcy being back. Um, and then, yeah, I think we've talked about all those guys already. So there you go. But in terms of trades this week, we've gone through all of our boosts. So we are really looking at, I guess, the classic one up, one down sort of situation. The issue is that probably the key downgrade option this week is in the ruck. So Jordan Sweet, uh, he's playing like solo ruck with Soldo out. He had surgery apparently, so I'm not sure on the time frame. But you can see 100 minutes, and he racked up 136 against Rowan Marshall. So it's a decent feat. So I think he is the player that we have to bring in. Obviously, it's tricky with our ruck line the way it is. So we have two options. We can either go with Meek out, and that makes it nice and easy to just do that. And obviously, we're banking some money to put towards getting Tim English in. And then with the second trade, we can upgrade. So maybe someone like Massimo out and just move Closey back. And we bring in, no, we're on break even. That's not going to help. Zach Merritt. So I guess the two options are Merritt or Tom Green. So as you can see, Tom Green's about 60k cheaper. So obviously, if we're playing for the value, we'd go with Green. But I guess the reason why we want to get in Merritt is the upcoming fixture. So West Coast, North, Richmond in the next four is very nice, and I guess we were hoping he'd dip a little bit, which he has over the last couple of weeks after a poor score. But he'll be back into hopefully some big scores, and we can keep him. So that's obviously the first option. The second option to get to D'Ambrosio, if we want to keep Meeks, scoring and cash generation, I think his break even's about 50. What we could do is we could actually use Tom Powell. So I just need to get rid of this. So Tom Powell out, Livingston in there, and then we go to Sweet. So obviously the disadvantage of this is that we're playing, I guess, either, well, actually just looking at this is probably going to be Biggie in the forward line, which isn't fantastic. So what we could potentially do if we were to go down this road is if I take out Sweet for a second, push Wilson forward, push Closey forward. Sexton goes all the way around the back. So we could do all our DPP sort of rotations to make sure we could play, say, Wilson in the forward line over Biggie, or at the very least we can loop, Cadman and Biggie like that. But obviously then the issue is with our defence, we're pretty well fixed with Caulfield and Sexton both being dead rookies. So there is a temptation as well if we go, well, we've got break evens here. Let's get Sweet in. We could look at doing a double downgrade with Sweet and say a Garcia has been going well. Um, double downgrade the ruck with Sam Naismith, who's about to make some money. I don't think we'll do that though. Saw a few people are keen on Rogers, but his 98 that he's got was against West Coast, so I'd probably, he have to make some quick cash, but probably not worth the two trades at this point in the season. Harley Reid should be back this week, so could be nice to get in at that cheap price. Did also notice Bailey Dale super low break even, but not sure I'm that keen on that pick. Burgoyne, so featuring in the low break evens there. So, Darcy Jones was on debut this week and got a 75. And it looks like Daniel Turner debuted and got a 101. So a couple to sort of spot for our downgrade options next week. Although I'm saying that we might be running out of genuine mid prices, it might be a double downgrade week next week. But if we were to do something like this, we could set up the team. So Howes is obviously in. Closely Graham Garcia. So probably just between. Well, I guess since neither of these guys are going to be playing, probably do that and do that. So VCNC. So we've got the showdown on Thursday night. So probably Butters. Big shout for a VC. And then, Gorn against Geelong is probably solid captaincy. Or I guess, we brought Merritt in because of the matchup. So maybe we just back him in all the way as a captain. So a couple of options there. Can't really, they play at the same time, so can't really do Gorn into Merritt. That would be ideal. But, it is what it is. So, yeah, I guess the trades will look something like that. It does feel a bit weird having, someone like a Sweet on the bench, but he's mostly there to make cash. So Meek's probably going to have a bit more value than Powell. So it probably just comes down to one of those two, so that we can upgrade to get Merritt. But we could talk about that forever. But we can wrap the video up and move on. So as always, if you've got any questions, comments, thoughts, feel free to add them below the video. Give us a like if you enjoy the AFL content. Subscribe to the channel for all the fantasy content we've got. And other than that, we'll catch you in the next one.